May profits be upon you. Looking at pound USD, pound USD. Uh, just to give you a zoom out view, it's been bearish and it's very bearish. It's the weakest of the currencies at this time, but it's very bearish, making lower lows and lower highs on the higher time frame structure, the swing structure. It's just taking out these lows, right? And it's a bearish market. Okay, easy enough. On the 4 hour, what we can see is you can see that this is the last pullback, and then we have this leg of structure. This is my trading range, as I have illustrated here. All right, that we've been well below the EQ, the equilibrium of the trading range, the 50% mark, right? And just like in EU, it's been pulling back, and it never got to the 50%. So I always suspected that price would find its support and let that demand zone that we're in right now. This is the extreme of a daily, all the way, over here, right? And if we start trading below this, it's going to be a precipitous fall. Okay, so price has found its support as expected, and it's starting to that pullback that we were looking for back into premium, because this is where you want to take your shorts in premium above the 50%. All right, we have not got there yet. We are knocking on the door, but we are knocking on the door of a supply. All right, a decent supply, but I believe this supply will ultimately fail. However, price is sensitive to it, as you see this reaction. And if we go down to the 15-minute, we could see that price indeed gave an opportunity for a sell. All right, because you can see all these candles here were part of the up move, except for not this one, not the bearish one, because the high of it still beat the high of this candle. All right, so it's still part of that up move. This one is the one. This is the one that didn't break the high of the previous candle. So this establishes our change of character, the early warning sign that price may be changing direction. Once we break that low, you're up here in this area looking for a price to return to it, right? Price does pull back. Price does pull back and leaves without me. That's life. Now, this is the actual range. Look where the bottom line is. This is the actual range of this supply. And price came back into the range of supply. I was looking for it to come up a little higher, but that's okay. Sometimes I this was early for me, and I was still trying to get my early morning scan done, and I looked it off, but it came close, and we are dropping from here, right? This is just a change of character. What would be the break of structure? If we break that low, it is confirmed that price has potentially completed the pullback in the near term, and we can see a pullback after price breaks this low. With a break in the close now, we look for a break in the close, and we can look for a pullback. All right, if price does pull back, I'm looking for it to hit one of these zones. All right, and I'm going to be looking for price sensitivity, price action. I'm looking for bearish price action in these zones. Okay, this will be a zone for supply this one as well, right? The wick supply, because it hasn't been mitigated to this point up here. All right. And ultimately this one. The higher the better the price for us to take shorts, right? Uh Now this one didn't sweep. This one didn't sweep. So I'm not really, putting a whole lot of cookies on this one, right? This one didn't sweep liquidity. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Yes, it did. I'm being too quick. Yeah. Yeah, it did sweep liquidity. It did sweep that high there. So yeah, this one is one that I'm going to keep an eye on. This one, absolutely swept liquidity, but these could be inducement for this one. So I have that in my mind. You have to keep those things in your mind. So I'm definitely going to be looking back for this one as well. Okay. All right. Price could come up to all three of these, right? Or it could pass by the first one, pass by the second one just to get to here. I have an alert set up here. I'll be watching the price action anyway. We'll see what the pullback might be, but I need to see this broken to believe that price isn't going to go higher. If price turns around from here and starts to come up higher, I'm not looking for that I don't see it as a confirmation entry. All right. If it comes up past this one, if it sweeps this one, I'll look for the bearish price action here. But if it doesn't break that low first and then come up, then I'm thinking that these are going to probably fail. And this one I give the highest probability that we can take a short from. But I'm bearing in mind, I hope I'm not confusing. I'm bearing in mind that I expect this zone to fail, so price could go deeper into the premiums prices and mitigate this high up here. I'm looking for an opportunity, a short-term opportunity here as it responds, as it reacts to the contact with these zones here, the supply zones here. All right. And if I get in for a short, say here, I'm only going to take it down to the opposing demand zone. I'm not swinging for the fences because this is going against bullish order flow. All right. I do expect price to turn around and end up taking this out. And that's what I have in my mind. And I wanted to share that with you. And I'm hoping that you got most of that scrambled eggs I just served up to you. I hope you got most of it on your plate, because this is you know, it's not an easy situation. You got to be nimble with this, because it's not a set and forget trade. The only way I'll be looking for longs is safely is if I start to see supply being taken out. I got to see supply taken out and price come back to the demand that is responsible for taking out this supply. Look for the demand here, and I can take when price returns, I can take it up to here. That's the only way I'll be looking for buys, safe buys. All right. But right now I'm looking for sells, and I'm looking for a pullback into a selling area so I can take down to here. And then I expect price to continue higher, taking this out and pushing up. So we'll see. All right. Thank you for watching. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think, your thoughts on this setup. Do you think it'll be sells? Do you think this supply will eventually be taken out for a higher mitigation? This makes sense to me because it's in the premium section. This is where I want to take shorts from. All right. We're at the 50% mark. There's a 4-hour zone here, and there I was looking for the reaction, and there is the reaction. I'm hoping that I didn't miss the opportunity. If it does, that's fine. If it breaks this low, I'm looking for price to come back up and work its way to that high. All right. I'll see you in the next video. Smash that like button for me. All right. And I'll talk to you in the next video.